Hello, welcome to RCJetsUSA. Today I'm going to show you how to make a spare part using a 3D printer for my T-45 Ghost Hawk jet. What I have showed you so far in this video is a perfect landing, so there's no problem. But that was not the case a few days ago. We had a lot of crosswind when I tried to land, so I thought of not using the flaps to reduce the drag, but ended up landing roughly and punched my front landing gear. I'm going to show you here the jet that I already fixed. As you can see, when I punch, it actually pushed the landing gear backwards and also broke the rod that you can see here from this particular place, and nothing else got damaged, but it was a heavy kind of a punch. It cracked the rod at once. You can see on the screen now how it was afterwards. The rod is kind of cracked from the place that I highlighted on the screen. Since then, what I did was to replace the broken rod. I designed a 3D object similar to the rod that I broke, and it's not exactly the same roundy shape, but it actually serves the purpose, exactly the same measurements, except it is not round anymore, it is square. The reason for me not to make it round is because of my 3D printer. So what I have as a 3D printer is not a high-end 3D printer. There are certain restrictions that I had to follow when I print any object. So I had to be careful that I will print it properly. So that's why I choose to make it square other than round in shape, because when I print it might not print the way that I wanted. So the design software that you can see on the screen is actually free. It's a web version. It is called Tinkercad. This is what I started using from the day one as a beginner, and it's pretty good actually. If you want to use it for 3D printing, that's a very good tool to design any object and print, and also to learn from the beginning. Once I finished designing the model using Tinkercad, then I had to transfer the file to slice it. There's a slicing software. This is the one that I use. It's called Cura. That also free software, which does the job for me, and it's been very good so far. This is my 3D printer that I'm showing on the screen, which is a very basic printer, not a high-end one, but it does a job. I have used it quite often to replace my broken spare part for my jet. So far it has been great. Just to show you how it starts printing. So this is my 3D printer creating the base and the foundation for the object, and it is printing very slowly right now because I have adjusted it to run very slowly, because these low-end printers try to go fast is not a good thing, because it's going to have a lot of residual hanging around, and also when you clean up it might end up not fitting to the place that you are planning to fit the object. So you have to be careful and understand the capability of your printer, and also the object, the size of the object, all those things before you adjust the speed of the printer. Because it is printing slowly, I'm going to run it a bit faster. The video clip is kind of running faster than usual, and you can see it's almost done, like 50%. The object is, you can see clearly, is rising up, and let me show you the final product. You can see on the screen is the final product on the print bed. That is what I got at the end. You can see here the broken piece that came out of the jet, and now I'm actually trying to show you how to compare with the original Another piece that I have, which is actually broken as well, you can see on the screen now. So the two pieces coming out of the edge is missing. That is the one that I broke earlier, so even it is unusable as at now. So these are two original pieces. One is broken from the middle, other one, the two pieces coming out of the rod, also gone. Now this is the one that I have printed. As you can see, it's similar, but it's not roundish shape anymore, it's a square one. And also you can see the two edges coming out. Not necessarily has to be the same roundish shape, but if you compare the size wise, everything else is same, and also one edge is going to fit into this clip that I showed in on the screen. So let me show you how to fix that, and if I can get it right. So it fit in like that, and you can see the rivet that goes into that has to go through it. It's perfectly fit in there. The other edge is going to be like the one that I show on the screen, and it is exactly the same size. That is very important, because otherwise this rod will not fit into the rail in the jet body, so that's going to be a problem. Now if you compare the length, you can see it's exactly the same, so which is very important, because you can't adjust those things, otherwise it will not fit into the jet as you expected. You may be wondering why I spent so much of time designing this particular spare part without ordering it online. The reason is these things happen more often, right? Small parts, break here and there, so you have to have a kind of a stock at home. If not, what will happen is you will order and you have to wait for sometimes months to get them delivered if they are out of stock. So that has happened to me several times, and it's frustrating to wait for months to get this tiny little piece that you can just fit in and go and fly next day kind of. So that's why I started doing these things, and it's really helped me a lot so far. I also have printed like nose cones, pretty big ones, and also steering arms, like to replace the aluminium steering arms with this plastic 3D printed objects. They are pretty good actually, very strong. So far so good. So that's all folks. So if you think this video helped you in some way and you like my videos, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so I'll keep having these videos done for you guys in the future. Thank you.